Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast for March of 2022. The moon is waning, the energy is diminishing, the moon's been waning, getting darker, and on March 2nd at 9:35 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will reach its peak darkness, the end of the Amavasya Tithi, and then begin to wax again. Feeling pressure, maybe it's a decision or a fork in the road. There's something very deep and insightful about this new moon. It's a very special new moon, actually, for many reasons. So one of them is just the incredible alignment of planets that we have right now. In fact, this is one of the most intensely aligned lunations that we're going to have in 2022. We have two graha yuddhas, one of Venus and Mars, and the other of Saturn and Mercury. So a lot of tight alignments right now, a lot of synchronicities perhaps, a kind of extra intensity to things. It may be that you're faced with decisions that might have a big impact on you in the future, or there's a sort of uncertainty about what your next step should be. Perhaps you're getting new insight on who you are and what you want in life. And this is creating a sort of tension or a war within yourself. The powerful thing about this new moon is that in a way it's a prelude for this whole new era, a new chapter coming forward in the months to come. Especially in April, we've got a lot of changes. It seems to be a paradigm shift on many levels. And so this new moon may feel like a lot of pressure and uncertainty and confusion, particularly maybe it's impacting your relationships. But if you're ready to make a change and heal some of the stagnation of the past couple years, this new moon is really opening a new beginning. Just coming up right before the new moon, also we have Mahashivaratri, the night of Lord Shiva, one of the most auspicious and holy nights of the year in Hinduism. And it's said that it's this particular moon, this dark moon crescent, that he wears in his hair. He gives refuge to the mind. He breaks karmic patterns, very stubborn karmic patterns that may seem impossible to change in your life, can be transformed on this night through. Traditionally, people are fasting, praying, meditating throughout the entire night, not sleeping. So this is a powerful breaking point, this new moon, to really change patterns in your life, really make a step forward into something new. This new moon is in the Vedic lunar mansion or nakshatra called Shatabisha nakshatra. Shatabisha is the star of healing, or the veiling star. It's connected to medicine, healing. It's interesting, this new moon is also close to Jupiter. It's interesting that this new moon is coming at the end of the latest coronavirus kind of surge, right, that we've had. So there is something about this nakshatra and the pandemic. In fact, if we look back 2 years ago, about when the pandemic was really first beginning, we also had a lunation in Shatabisha, February or March of 2020. So this star is said to be very mysterious when it comes, especially diseases that are hard to cure, hard to understand, but it also holds the cure and can resolve a lot of mysterious problems. Now, this could be also diving deeper into mysteries, revealing hidden truths, and because it's connected to Varuna, the god of the ocean, and also this new moon's happening pretty close to Neptune, there's something very intuitive, very deep. A lot of process can happen, especially through meditation that involves visualization. Now, as I said in my last blog, there's a volatile alignment of planets right now, especially this graha yuddha, or planetary war between Venus and Mars. Venus, goddess of love, femininity, water, connectivity, and Mars being the masculine polarity, the fire, the courage, and the will to push forward. So these two planets are very different in temperament. They are complementary in a way, but it really is a kind of art to get this balance right. And so Venus and Mars have been very, very close together, unusually so, in the last couple of weeks. And we've seen the escalation of the conflict and violence happening between Russia and Ukraine. You know, themes of war and peace are what Venus and Mars are about. And this also can be felt on a personal level in your life as a sort of pressure in some arena. Maybe, like I said, it's relationships or some other place where you have to maybe make a decision or take action that you're not sure of. Now, this Venus and Mars conjunction, the yuddha, as I was talking about, is going to join up with the outer planet Pluto. Now, Pluto isn't, traditionally used in Vedic astrology, but I thought it was interesting because Pluto is a trigger point on the collective level. It's one of these modern planets that does have a connection with sort of explosive, intense experiences. And so on March 3rd, the three of these planets, Mars, Pluto, and Venus, are all going to be within 1 degree of one another. So I think this is kind of pushing maybe conflict to a climax, forcing decisions to be made perhaps, or hands to be dealt. And it is a time we need to be visualizing and praying for peace and harmony in this world. Another thing about this time, basically ever since we began the year, we've been under the influence of Kala Sarpa Yoga, the serpent of time. All of the planets during the dark moon phase of the lunation cycle are all in between Rahu and Ketu, kind of lopsided formation that puts a lot of pressure in one area of the zodiac. And particularly this new moon, with all of the planets aligned up so tightly in Capricorn and Aquarius, there is fated kind of destiny, big collective karma kind of shifts happening right now. We really are, it seems, to be on the precipice of something completely new. And because of that, there is stress. There is a second graha, yuddha, too, as well at this time between Saturn and Mercury. So there is something about really tough, clear vision here, insight that can be had, very sobering perhaps, about your life or about situations around you. So use this time to integrate and, yes, reconnect to that inner wisdom. Use, especially this time of Shivaratri coming up tonight. It's on the 28th in the United States, I believe, and on March 1st in Europe and in India, that this sacred night to really connect in to what is timeless, what is true in the inner world for you, and visualize peace and harmony in this world. One mantra for destroying negativities and getting clear vision of what is true and of value in your life may be the mantra for Lord Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Powerful mantra to say all the time, anytime, but especially on this dark moon and new moon coming up. Okay, so let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon coming up in Shatabisha. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Hermit. Really reminds me of Lord Shiva a little bit. This energy of the yogi, the one who retreats up into the mountains to go into the cave of the heart and find the light, the inner light of guidance, to really reflect on what is true beyond the illusion of the world and its attachments. What is eternal? What is the real source of happiness and fulfillment? And then the Two of Cups. card of love, relationships. This Venus and Mars combination, I think it might be saying also that these themes of how we share, how we make commitments to one another, how we come and negotiate our problems or our needs with others. Hopefully this is a sign that peace is coming to the world. And then the Seven of Swords. It isn't easy to know who you can trust or what you can trust, even how you're feeling in this world of illusion. So finding that sense of inner strength, of faith within, and shattering the illusion that you're caught in, the entanglements of karma. That's where the true love is. That is where the true sharing and reflection is, beyond the projections. Whether you are alone on the path or surrounded by many people, the truth is coiled deep within. Take a moment and retreat. Come back to your inner source of light and inspiration. Visualize love and peace. You don't need a promise to be kept from the outside. You just need to commit to yourself and what is inside. You can trust in that. Okay. Well, thanks for coming to the An Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast for March of 2022. I do offer online one-on-one Vedic astrology and tarot readings. I also write a blog. So subscribe, get on my newsletter, and keep a watch out. I'm going to be offering some horoscope web classes in the near future too, especially with the changing of Jupiter into Pisces coming up in April, which really is opening a whole new chapter for all of us. So take care, and I will see you soon on the next full moon.